Maria Montessori was born in Italy on August 31st, 1870. She attended the University of Rome, La Sapienza, a medical school. Once out of school, she became a doctor in Italy.
Maria was an innovator, idealist, and feminist. While her early medical practice would focus more on psychiatrists, she developed an interest in education. Her studies led to finding the best methods of teaching children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. After being appointed co-director of a new institute for special education teachers, she carefully observed and experimented which methods worked best. The program was a success.
Montessori was driven to do this because she believed that every child should learn at their own pace and that they should learn what they are interested in.
The Montessori method revolves around three key points: the teacher, the child, and the environment. This method approaches education by emphasizing a child's independent learning at their own pace and depending what they are interested in. The teacher is present and provides guidance without pressuring the student. Maria Montessori incorporated developmental phases in order to describe the stages a person goes through and how they develop both physically and mentally. It also describes how environments can impact a person's growth. The first plane, birth to age 6, early childhood, is the most vital one, the creation of oneself when young children are learning about their surroundings. The child's mind can be seen as a sponge. They absorb the information around them, everything. Children also go through a sensitivity period in which this stage is very critical. The second plane, ages 6 to 12, childhood, is when the child is developing unconscious and creating intelligence. A sense of physical order becomes important to the child. As they grow older, they search for moral order, a sense of right or wrong. In this stage, children learn by observing those around them. The examples set by the people in their lives play a critical role in this phase. This is when children search for a role model. As they develop their conscience, children will want to become more involved in using their voices if they see something is wrong. This is the start of becoming independent. The third stage, ages 12 to 18, adolescence, is an important time for constructing a social life. Slowly, they become less attached to their parents, both physically and mentally. There is a need to be shown that as they grow, it is possible to have control over their life and decisions. This is also the stage in which, if all went well in the second phase, the young adolescent should have morals and a conscience to rely on when presented with tough choices. And lastly, the fourth stage, ages 18 to 24, maturity, is when young adults ask themselves, who am I? It is the time of self-discovery, of trial and error, and the realization that the most important learning comes from every individual's experiences. Once that is understood, one has reached a level of maturity.
Before her death, she opened up a training institute in 1947, known as the Montessori Center, but now known as the St. Nicholas Training Course. Later that same year, she went out to Indiana and gave courses. These courses led to a book known as The Observant Mind. The Observant Mind describes the development of the child from birth, which presents the concept of the 4 planes of development. In 1948, the method was revised and published again as the discovery of the child. In 1949, she gave course in Pakistan, and the Montessori Pakistan Association was founded.
In 1950, she visited Scandinavia, who represented Italy in the UNESCO conference in Florence, presented the 25th International Training Course in Perugia, gave the national course in Rome, and published a 5th edition of Method with the new title La Scoperta del Bambino, The Discovery of the Child, and once again was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
In 1951, she participated in the 9th International Montessori Congress in London, gave training in Innsbruck for the 3rd time, won the Nobel Peace Prize. May 6, 1952, age 81, she died of a bleeding from a ruptured blood vessel in the brain in the Netherlands. There are about 22,000 schools in at least 110 countries that use her method. They're now called Montessori schools.
I think what I like best about Chesterfield is that all of the people here are so kind and warm.
I feel great when I come to school every morning.
We have a really good community.
Yes, I agree.
The people are very nice here.
The community here is huge. Everyone is super friendly, and it's refreshing, and it's light, and it's happy, and it's funny.
At different schools, each room is for a different grade, and here there's 1st through 3rd in one class and 4th through 6th in another.
Having different age children in the classroom, it's a lot better than having just 6th grade in one class, because you really get to understand and help and mentor some of the kids that are younger than you, because they really look up to you and you learn how to be an example. It's a really nice thing.
Sometimes we ask the older child to help us with stuff, and they're very nice and they help us with it.
I think it's a great idea to have multiple people in one class, because usually in most schools you don't really get to interact with the 1st grade or 2nd grade or 3rd graders. You go to a completely different teacher, a completely different kid.
Yeah, like 1st grade you go to a teacher, 2nd grade you go to another teacher, 3rd grade you go to another teacher.
It's nice getting to know other age groups and getting to work with them, because as you get older and become an adult, you won't just be working by yourself or with people your same age. You're going to be working with younger people and older people, and this is a good way to kind of learn that.
Look, younger child asks me something, I want to help them.
Being creative and expressing your ideas and being able to help others and teach others is a really important skill.
I like the community because you get to interact with people in different classes even.
We have the classes with 3 grades. Sometimes we even work with kids younger.
Sometimes your peers will teach you lessons, or you will teach your peers lessons, and sometimes you'll work together and sometimes you won't, but you guys can still talk and have fun. It's just a magical experience.
And just hang out.